Hello everyone, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
Now we have Battle Report 329.
329.
Orcs and Goblins versus my new favorite opponent, the Dread Elves.
At Huzzah Habez.
Yeah, the Dread Elves are getting more and more prevalent.
I wonder if they're going to do, when they're going to release the color icon for them.
Would they come out with the final? They can't release these before the...
I understand, but I wonder if that's going to do it, if they're going to, when they lock the book, or if it's going to come later. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Hopefully when they lock the book.
Yeah.
We'll see. Playing in Huzzah Hobbies.
Okay.
We got a tournament coming up. We've got the 1 day...
Oh, you do?
No, it's 2 months out. I say coming up, but it's like the first tournament since ours in November, which, this has been a drought.
Yeah, people have other concerns at the moment.
I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's that outdoor tournament in South of Philly.
Pennsylvania. Okay.
Pennsylvania, correct. Which works out well because, if I remember, it was like an hour and a half, under 2 hours for me.
Mm-hmm. It's only 1 day.
It's only a 1 day, and they're doing it out there in pavilions at a place. But there's a lot of people wanted to turn it to try to go with a 2 day. But they took a vote and the 1 dayers won out.
Yeah.
Not by a big margin, but the 1 days won out. And so they're going to rent the park pavilions for both days and just have open gaming on the following day.
Oh, interesting. And this is going to be in May.
End of May.
End of May. Okay,
May
well.
22nd, I think. And this is the Green Dragon guys are doing this. So
yeah, well, I think...
You can go to their website and not see a video about it.
People will be pretty vaccinated by then.
People should be vaccinated. It's outdoors. They did one of these last fall.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine. The only thing wrong with that one is it rained that day. We were under pavilions, so you didn't get wet.
Yeah.
But the damp got to everything, so...
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be a nice day.
That's the only risk is the rain, but...
Correct.
It is.
But it is under pavilions, so got that going for us. But they did under pavilions, even outdoor under pavilions, they were requiring masks. So you're outdoor under pavilion with masks, so you should be fairly safe. I would assume. I'm no doctor.
It'll be a long time before Pennsylvania lifts their mask mandates.
Think so?
Yeah.
All right, maybe so. I don't know.
It's all about who their respective governors are.
So here's my list. Changed it just slightly. The only thing I changed down towards the bottom is the Iron Orcs no longer have any command. I made room to bump one of the skewers up to a catapult.
I see.
I've talked about, but I have not done it yet, is swapping out to all 3 of these war machines to get 3 catapults. Because it turns out you can have 3 green-eyed catapults if they're splatterers. You can only have 2 get launchers, but you can have 3 splatterers.
Oh, okay. So you can't have them. Okay.
I thought the restriction was 2 of one kind, but the 0-2 is on the
get launchers.
launcher.
Okay.
So, other than that, it's pretty much the exact same list I've been playing. And that's it. So, spells, we're back to shamanism again, because, pyromancy, they gave me the brief hope and moved away.
And took it away.
Pulled the rug out from under me.
Yes, and I saw that it's the same with the last update.
Yes.
Yeah.
And spells I took: Awaken the Beast, Break the Spirit, Totemic Summons, Bring the Pain, and Savage Fury. These are the old cards, so you can see the values were not increased on the Savage Fury, but my opponent actually gave me, he just recently bought the cards.
Right.
And then because he bought the cards, he says, let me buy the updates for him too.
Right.
Not thinking that they were print on demand. So the print on demands came out with the latest cards.
Yes.
And he bought the set of updates. So he gave me the set of updates.
Oh, okay.
Which was fantastic. So now I've got the updates for all my cards.
Are they locked?
Got that going for me. What?
Have they done the new ones?
They're locked until they decide they're not. Stop.
Well, I mean, they're going to change them every year. I know,
Correct.
but the last update, was that the lock update?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
I've heard the rumor that it was.
Okay.
I remember hearing someone say that the army books are locked.
I know there was.
for a
I
year.
wasn't sure if this was it.
But I don't know what that means.
If there's, I wasn't sure if the magic was because I haven't ordered my updated spell cards yet either. So,
Oh, okay.
although I know the last time I did, they were different color than the first set.
And you can tell the one on the
I can
right.
see the same
You can
thing
see
here,
the little
yeah.
bit different shading.
Yep.
So I'm not sure where that came from.
But yeah, okay.
But anyway. All right. So this is his army. He went with a Legion Legate as his general.
This is not a very elf-looking font.
I don't, whatever. He's got a shield, the Willow's Ward, the Kraken's Hide, a spear, a Mask of the War Crow, and the Dragon's Staff. His BSB is also a Legion Legate. He's riding a Mana Core, Ether Icon, a shield, the Alchemist Alloy, a Lance, and a Talisman of Shielding. And then a Dread Prince on a Raptor Chariot with Shield, Basalt Infusion, Lance, Transcendence. I think that makes that guy Strength 8 on the charge. Binding Scroll and a Lucky Charm. Then he has a Warlock Outcast who's working with Cosmology, Magical Heirloom, and the Scepter of Power.
Okay.
So 5 spells, Cosmology, plus minus. He basically trades his +1 to cast that he would normally have for being a master by all the spells going up 1 higher.
Right.
So it's kind of a wash there.
Yeah.
He trades that for the -2 to dispel his spells.
Yep.
Which can be pretty nasty. But the weird thing is you still actually get the +1. Anyway, for being a master. Your spells are harder to cast, but the number is higher. So it's harder to spell already. And then whatever.
Correct.
Anyway.
And with Cosmology, he gets the bonus if he can do the flip thing.
And if you do the flip thing the correct way, then that also helps make up for it. 2 units of 28 Dread Legionnaires with a Rending Banner and full command.
Okay.
A unit of 11 Raiding Party Corsairs with throwing weapons. They've got a champ. That's the unit you're not a big fan of.
I see 216 free points.
He ran 18 Judicators, full command in the Academy banner. 3 Gorgons with halberds. Figured you'd like this part.
He's going to start being my best friend.
Well, he was until you read the next entry. And then he took the Divine Altar with the Effigy of Dread, which is the one that doesn't move.
I like that one.
Generates 3 dice and a big, huge fear bubble.
Yeah, don't love it, but I like it.
It's actually... I kind of was impressed with it.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. Anyway, 8 Harpies,
Okay.
5 Black Cloaks, and a Repeater Battery.
Something missing?
What's that?
The other repeater batteries?
The other Repeater Batteries, or the Hydra, or the Kraken.
There's no Hydra. There's only Kraken. You unleash the Kraken, and you have, or you have repeater batteries. That's like the core of with
He's got a Repeater Battery right there. You see it.
batteries, plural,
No. Battery.
and then Gorgons.
And Gorgons. So he has the Curse of the Phantom
Why is your wall glowing blue?
Queen.
Like a magic wall.
Yeah, and he just... apparently it's been banged up.
Mm-hmm.
Curse of the Phantom Queen, the Hereditary, Altered Sight, +1, your +2 or -2 weapon skill. Unity of Divergence, which is I actually like this spell a lot. Every model in the opponent's unit takes a Strength 3 hit.
Yeah, that's the one. Or the Aegis 5.
Or both versions of that are good.
Yeah.
Ice and Fire, 2d6 Strength 4 hits.
Yeah.
That's a good spell. Reroll your special saves or reroll your armor, depending on which way you go.
Yep.
And the plus or minus strength.
Yep.
I think it's a good path, lore path. What are they
I
now?
think Cosmology is very solid.
Anyway, and it kind of gives you twice the spells.
Yeah.
In some way.
In some way, it does.
Especially the ones that are very different, like the Unity and Divergence, which are.
Yeah, most of them are mirrors of some sort, but yeah.
All right. So we used the new map packs. We got I think it's B3, which is kind of an odd for what I'm used to. This one has, it's almost a mirror. The hill in each corner, ruin in each corner, forest apart.
Last time I heard Beef 3, it was followed by You Sunk My Battleship.
You Sunk My Battleship, or bingo, I win.
Yeah.
and then the water in the center. We played King of the Hill, and I was going to be on this side that you're, side I take the pictures from. I chose sides. He got to deploy first. I chose sides. I picked that hill in his deployment zone to go after. I could not choose the ruin here in my deployment zone. I could have chose the hill on my side.
Okay.
I decided to choose the hill on his side just because it sounded fun. So he picked the same terrain piece. So it's all on that hill.
Oh, didn't want to be king of the water.
No one wanted to be king of the
water. I guess
water.
you are orcs.
Right.
You think he would have wanted it?
And we
he had those corsairs that are like devastating in the water.
Exactly. Well, the problem is he didn't have a kraken.
That's true.
If he would have had a kraken, then he would have taken the water.
And
I'm
get
sure.
the bonus, yeah.
Just hide him in there, or kraken and the Leviathan.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we played the counter thrust. We each placed 3 units. Then he dropped his whole army to go first.
Okay.
And that's where we end up being. Unfortunately, I had to park a chariot in the ruin.
I see that.
Which,
guess you're not planning on charging.
No, I am. How bad can it be? It's three checks that fail on 1s and 2s. I mean, I should lose 1. I should take a wound, right?
It is funny. The more rickety and more dangerous the thing, the less likely it is to die.
The more rickety and dangerous.
Well,
because
infantry
bigger,
all
right?
die because they all have 1 wound.
They take a wound and die.
Chariots not
Right.
so much because they have and monster stuff because they have more than enough wounds to compensate for it. So
Yep. The other thing is not shown in this picture.
you think it'd be like really bad for chariots to go through ruins?
Yeah, I would think so.
Anyway, was not
Almost
showing
like
this
the
picture.
old woods where they actually just died.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing not shown on here is the bottom right. On the very bottom right is my catapult.
Oh, okay.
And I'm debating the whole bully, no bully thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 20-point upgrade on a 140-piece model, but the thing to make them large so they see over everything is a pretty big change. But then again, it's not that hard to leave firing lanes.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
And you get to shoot over things anyway, so.
Yeah, but you still got to see.
So you gotta see,
it's only a standard size without the bully.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's where we are. That's how the deployment goes. And the only thing that's not here, we have not done our vanguards.
So your cavalry, so you've got a chariot in the ruins, you got a cavalry unit in the ruins, and you have another cavalry unit in the woods.
Correct. What's the issue?
Okay, at least the infantry are in the open.
Nope. Some of this iron orcs there in the woods.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just want to point that out. Yeah. Anyway, that's the way it was. I didn't want to start the. So there we go. So we're going to go to turn 1. Turn 1. Now he's deployed his.
And now we have a tape measure.
We've got a tape measure. At this point, I snapped a quick picture. We've done our vanguards, and he's deployed his scouts up there in the ruins on the top left. And my wolf riders who were up forward just vanguarded back.
I can tell you he's taking this game very seriously. He's dressed for success.
To stay out. He is. He always dresses for success.
Yes, he does.
So turn 1, the Dread Elves advance.
Okay.
Which I thought he needed to, considering I've got 2 catapults, because I do have the web launcher on the.
Yeah, you have a slight shooting advantage over him.
And the Doom Diver and the bolt thrower.
Engages with those powerful Corsairs.
Well, the Corsairs are back there behind the Judicators.
He's holding them as strategic reserve. They're like the Imperial Guard.
If I break through, they will smash me.
Exactly.
So he came forward, as you can see, far right with the Harpies to threaten the bolt thrower on the far. Not the bolt thrower, but the rock lobber on the far right.
Okay.
And casts ice and fire and wipes out a chariot. Okay, that's why I parked him in the ruin, because I figured he would do something to one of them before I got to go anyway. Actually managed 5 wounds, which, anyway, it happens.
Yep.
strength 4 against toughness 4. He rolled an 11, so kind of got lucky coming out with only 5.
Yeah.
Actually, it was about average based on his roll. Anyway, I can fire it off a bunch of them.
But you didn't panic.
No, I'm within range of the BSB,
Okay.
which only gives me a rerollable 6, but they didn't panic.
You
Over here,
bowed off
yeah,
a wolf.
his Dark Riders or whatever they are now shoot off a wolf.
It's pretty good. He shot the tails off of 2 of them.
So back to my turn. The chariots decide they're going to go. I looked at a couple options of not sending the chariots and just kind of backing up, but then the stupid harpies can charge, and with 2 strength 4 attacks each, they might just blow out the chariots.
They might.
So I can't hide the chariots, so we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
They decide to go at him. That's what he gets for getting me out of the ruin. They're going to charge there. Other than that, everything else is just going to move. There you go. Boink, they charged. You can see the Wolf Riders redeployed a bit, as you can see. And the Boar Riders
came around the flank
in case something really bad happens and the chariots get blown out.
To narrow the frontage on your boys?
No, they actually started at 5
Okay.
this game.
Maybe the lights hitting it that I didn't notice.
Just other things just moved around a bit. You can see the Wolf Riders after their loss backed up a bit. And the Boar Riders over there on the far left are just in the corner of that hill.
Okay.
And there we go.
Okay, I don't see anything different.
I don't know why I took this picture.
He's taken it as a unit of 3 Gorgons.
It's a unit of 3, correct.
Okay.
Cast some magic. I got the break the spirit off on the unit in the center.
Okay.
And that was it. That's his spell in the back, I believe.
Okay.
I can't remember what he would have cast, but anyway, he cast something on his own unit back there. Oh, he got the 5 up Aegis save on that unit.
Okay.
Because it was going to be the prime target for my shooting.
Just because you're on a hill?
Just because he was on a hill and everyone could see him. So the shooting phase goes. My spider, my web launcher on the spider rolls a 1, misfire, followed by a 1, and it's gone for the game.
Okay.
Awesome. The catapult on the right is within 30 inches. It needs a 4 to hit. It rolled a something and then hit on the second shot and managed to take off a few guys in the back of that unit in the center.
Okay.
Bolt thrower, I shot at the chariot, but through the woods was a 6.
Could you see it even? Wow.
Yeah, look at that line right there, straight through there.
The camera's concealing.
This chariot back here? I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the angle until, and then the get launcher.
And the get launcher missed something. I can't remember what I fired at.
All right.
Actually, I fired at if I recall, I fired at the adjudicators just to try to start thinning them out.
Mm-hmm.
But it missed twice.
Okay.
So had that going for me. Going to turn 2.
All right.
The chariots blew out the. I left that point out. The chariots did impact hits, and the impact hits cleared out the harpies.
Oh, you wiped them out?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
There's 8 of them.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, I wound on 2s. You realize. And average hit 9. Okay. Anyway.
2 chariots.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9. Yeah.
9 impacts, wounding on 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, blew them out. The adjudicators declare a charge. The chariots flee. 1 went through the corner of the ruin, took another wound.
Okay.
Went through the corner of the Wolf Riders, but they stuck around.
Okay.
And there we go. They fled back to there. The chariots, when I hit the harpies, I did have a 12 overrun into the adjudicators. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to do it because if I don't do it, he comes forward, hits me, overruns, and now he's all the way on me. Mm-hmm. It basically gives him a double move.
Sure.
That was the reason I didn't overrun and stood and took it. I actually thought when I was initially fled, I thought I was going to go off the board But then actually, when we lined it up, they managed to stay on board.
Okay.
So, surprise. It's a bonus. Left-hand side comes up. You can see over here the Dark Riders came all the way up. The Boar Riders that had circled over to the edge of this hill had put their, the edge of the unit on the hill so they could see over it.
Okay.
So the scouts, his dark scouts or whatever they are, backed up into the ruins.
And then this big flying saucer landed in the middle of the table.
And that big thing just shows up.
Yeah.
And he shifts his guys around a bit. He parked his Manicore on the hill, who is at long range to all my shooting. So I can still shoot at him, but he's at long range. Just gave himself the extra +1. -1 to be hit or whatever.
Right.
And what do we got? Comes up and that was just a picture to show you where they ended up.
Even better picture.
Even better. Oh, he shot off my Wolf Riders back here on the back right. Actually, he shot and killed, I think, 1 or 2 of them, and the other one.
Okay, with his cavalry.
With the cav, the Dark Riders, the bottom left.
What's his bolt thrower been doing?
His bolt thrower, the first round was out of range. It came forward this round, and if I'm not mistaken, was just barely within range of the spider, and took the shots at it.
Okay.
And because I'm more than 50% in the woods from the front, he had the extra minus for that and just didn't hit me. Okay. I think he hit me once and didn't wound. But anyway, so we have that. My magic phase, I managed to get a totemic summons up there in the top right, in front of the adjudicators.
It's not a piece of paper.
It's not a piece of paper this week. So
it was the big totemic.
It was the big totemic.
And you're facing towards the board edge, so if he charges you, he's facing the center?
Into the center, correct.
Okay. Maybe he doesn't crush you.
What's that? If he doesn't, well, yeah, okay. Yeah. Not much chance of that with that unit.
It's always about dice.
He could roll terribly. You are correct. Got that, and I think that was about it. Yeah, there he is circled, so you can see. Make sure you see him.
Circle back.
So back to his turn 3. His guy that was on
I didn't see the Wolf Riders come out.
You didn't see them over there?
No, I didn't notice that you moved them out. So.
Okay, yeah. Wolf Riders moved out of the way.
Okay.
Popped up there. He had a rerollable 11. He took it and made it.
Okay.
Turns out there's actually like a 39% chance that works from the hill. Swift Stride with a rerollable 11. According to the chart in the back, says 39%.
Really?
Yeah. I was shocked it was that big, but...
Yeah, I have to figure it out.
One way or another, he made it.
But he made it nonetheless, okay?
It's a shame, though, because I kind of wanted him around. The chariots on my turn had rallied.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can see the way they're angled. If they go straight, they have to go through the ruin. Because of the Boar Riders that were right there, it limited how far they could pivot when they rallied, and forced them to be kind of pointed that way. Which is pretty much just the opposite of where they ran from. Which is unfortunate. And surprisingly, those guys. So he also declared a charge with this big unit of spears, and they came forward and slammed into my my guys.
Okay.
My Ed Bashers with my BSB. Ka-thunk.
And then you brought the other ones up.
And the other guys came up to kind of try to guard their flank.
To dare you.
Yeah. And his Corsairs came out from behind the adjudicators and decided to sit on the hill and just all fell.
Because they're Corsairs.
Because they're Corsairs and they're good at that. There you go.
They got to be good at something.
Now, the interesting thing is here he measured from that thing he's pointing at right there, which is his altar.
Okay.
That's what he was using for the altar because he doesn't actually have that model yet. But he was pointing with, we were measuring from that, and it's exactly 24.18 inch to my unit of Ed Bashers down here. So he cannot even if he boosted all the way up, it cannot quite reach my headbashers. Missed it by like an eighth of an inch. Yes.
So you planned that perfectly.
That was my plan. On that first turn when I backed up with that unit, that's what did it. Otherwise, they would have been caught. And I probably should have moved this, but there's turn 3. All right. Over here, on my turn, last turn, the spider had backed up. Now that its big weapon's broken, it backed up and took 8 shots at the Dark Riders and killed one. And the Dark Riders whipped around to the side of the Boar Boys, and the guys came back out of their ruins and to the other side of them. And they're going to both try to shoot them up. And they managed to kill one.
Both?
Yeah, between both of them.
Wow.
So, next turn. This is the bottom of third. The fight over here was dead even.
Say what happened with the fight.
The fight over here on the right was dead even. The equal number of wounds on both sides.
Okay.
Which was good. Which was very good for me.
So you stayed there, and
so I stuck.
Manticore, I assume, killed your...
Manticore killed all the wolf riders, but a wolf bit the Manticore in the leg.
Caused a wound.
And caused a wound, which is...
Was he able to stand still, or did
a huge victory.
Or did he have to chase you?
He didn't have to chase me. He stood and pivoted.
I can't remember if a Manticore has frenzy or not.
I don't think so. It does... I don't know. He's leadership 9 or whatever with it, and he's a BSB, so in one way or another he didn't go.
Yeah.
So, my turn. So my turn, the spider is in the flank of that unit of spears up front, so it's going to charge that unit.
Okay.
The Black Orcs are going to charge in as well to the front.
Okay.
And the general, this unit, the Boar Rider unit will not fit between the Iron Orcs.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out, how are you fitting all these guys in here?
The Iron Orcs won't, the Boar Boys won't fit between it. Okay. So the general's coming out, pivoting and going into the flank.
Okay, help those guys out. Your mage is still with the Boar Boys?
My mage is still in the center of the Boar Boy unit.
Okay.
And there we go. Everybody makes it. Thump, 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 thump. Okay. Off to the far right, you can see there's the Manticore after he's reformed with his wound sticking out behind him.
Turns the face. Okay, and his pile of Corsairs. He's so disgusted he didn't even bother picking them up.
He has not bothered picking them up yet.
They deserve the scorn.
His outcast mage is in there too, though.
Yeah, face planted.
Yeah,
embarrassed to be with these Corsairs.
My general, Black Orcs, and the Spider are all within 24 now of his idol, but it doesn't matter because those are all fearless. So, got that going for me. And you can see the damage that was done on the first round of the combat.
You're missing a guy?
I was missing a rank and a guy.
All right.
So moving on, the Boar Boys just kind of said, "Who cares with you guys?" and move off to where they see them.
Okay.
The big unit of Boar Boys over here just kind of angles itself around
a little bit. Okay.
To get ready, and another totemic summon shows up. He's making sure to stop Break the Spirit, is what it comes down to. And this turn he stopped Break the Spirit and the reroll to hits, I believe. But that left open for the totemic summons. Who showed up. I must have got something off because I've got a scarification.
Yeah, totemic summons.
Totemic summons would be it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
You think it could be how about the totemic summons?
Could be the totemic summons. So there's the fights as they ranked up.
Okay.
And the Boar Boys.
The UFO's back.
Why I keep showing the Boar Boys. So the Iron Orcs, Black Orcs, Iron Orcs, whatever, and the Spider make short work of the spears they're in front of.
Okay.
Knocked them down to a rank.
How many did you start with?
15. Killed 2 of me.
Wow.
I went hand, weapon, and shield, relying on the Spider to do the damage to give me my armor.
But he still got his attacks off. I was just kind of surprised.
Yeah, he's only AP 2, I believe.
Yeah. So that took you to...
Anyway, 5 up armor.
Yeah.
And he needs 3s to hit, 4s to wound, and then I've got a 5 up save. So, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many he should have got, but...
Yeah, I thought, he would have killed more of your guys. Not that he was going to win, but just he would have killed more of your guys.
But we both pursued and ran him down.
Okay.
The 5 is how far the Iron Orcs actually pursued.
Okay.
Over here on the right, that fight, I won the fight by, I think, 3. And he rerollable 6 and stuck around.
Only by 3? Wow. What spell did he have on his guys?
The Aegis save.
Oh, okay.
The 5-up.
That save him?
That definitely saved him. I mean, it saved him 3 or 4 wounds, which would have put him down to 2 or
Yeah, I'm surprised with you charging him in the flank, that hurts his spears. And
well, this is the second round of the fight.
Yeah.
That didn't really bother the spears at all. The only thing it did was brought the general's wounds into that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, the general's attacks, what he does.
And the flank charge.
Yeah, the charge and the flank. After the combat, again, he had a rerollable 6, stood.
Yeah.
I had to expand out to the right to get the mana core in my front. Otherwise, the mana core was in my flank.
I see. Okay.
So that's why you see me expanded out towards the right. And there's the spider and the Iron Orcs both going forward after smashing the spears.
Okay.
Turns out the spider went 1 inch short of where he needed to be, because the Gorgons can see the back corner of him.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to go to turn 4.
Depends how well the Gorgons fight.
And since the Gorgons can see the back corner of him, they're going to go into the flank, and the Chariot's going to come into my front.
Did he go halberd on his Gorgons?
He did.
Okay.
So we got that going, and then down on the bottom, there you go, Black Smash. And down on the bottom, the mana core charged into the Orc fight. And up top, the Judicators decide to kill another Totemic Summons.
Okay.
I believe it was last turn during the shooting is that my other catapult broke.
Oh, okay.
By the way, having never hit somebody with a full hit. Just thought I'd point that out. They were firing, and it was firing at the Adjudicators last turn when it blew up.
Okay.
The Doom Diver's still alive and firing.
But hasn't done anything.
But doesn't want to hit anything. Doesn't want to scare anything. Come on. On his turn as well, he brought the Dark Riders back, getting ready to... It's turn 4, so turn 5, he charges the Bolt Throw, overruns into the Doom Diver, overruns that on the bottom of turn 5, and hits the other one on turn 6. So he's poised to just line up to wipe everything out down there.
In theory.
In theory. So we got this going on. There's his what do you call it? The Corsairs have moved up in front of the Iron Orcs. That's where that tray is. And if you'll notice, he did there you go. He did finally clean them up.
He did clean them up.
And because they had to sacrifice themselves to the Iron Orcs, for whatever reason, the Outcast Mage decided to leave the unit.
Okay.
She didn't want to, or whatever that is in a Dark Dread Elf army now,
Yep.
did not want to stick around inside that unit with the Iron Orcs in front of it. He got the unity, he got the Aegis save off again, mainly because I'm holding off for the Hereditary, because I think it's worse for me in this combat than the other. Oath on the left, the Gorgons and the Chariot smashed my Spider.
I see something's different than I remember.
And both were able to overrun into the Iron Orcs.
Yeah. Yes, he... Okay.
Yep. The Chariot's really good. The guy's strength 8 on back. I mean, he's wounding me on 2s.
Yeah, they're just not quite as tough, but
he's kind of scary.
They hit hard.
The Gorgons got lucky on their gaze attack.
Okay.
Because they each have 2 attacks that wound on 6s.
Yeah.
And he put 3 wounds on the spider with that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Which is a little excessive.
Just a little bit.
But I don't think that was going to matter, because the Gorgons are hitting the spiders on 2 because they have lightning reflexes. They're hitting them on 2s, and they're wounding on 5s.
What is skill 5?
I believe so. And they're wounding on 5s, but they also have, if I'm not mistaken, they have the +1 to wound in the first round. So they're actually wounding on 4s with 4 attacks each. So, they were probably going to take him anyway.
Yeah.
But just to toss in that extra insult of doing 3 wounds. So he did all 8 wounds to the spider and just wiped it right out because it came out of the other fight without taking a wound.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even think I think he put the required 3 attacks on the spider. So that happened there. Over on the right, the orcs, the Ed Bashers lose the fight, lost the combat by 3. The general whiffed this turn. My general whiffed, caused me to lose by 3. He pursued the general held.
I guess the mana core wasn't helped.
The mana core helped.
Yeah.
The my general passed his morale at -3. The Iron Orc, the Ed Bashers did not. He pursued the Ed Bashers with the mana core, caught him, and ran into the
Your
War Boys.
BSB was in that unit?
My BSB was in that unit.
Did he challenge him off, or did you just lose?
I challenged, and he accepted with his general, who's in this unit on the left. And that's it. I put 2 wounds on him.
Okay.
Which was unlucky for me. I had he had the Kingslayer, so he had 6 strength, 6 strength, 6 attacks, and just couldn't manage to quite do it. The actual this actual Aegis save saved him.
Okay.
The final wound that he needed. I think he made 2 out of 4 with the Aegis save.
Okay, then you overran into your Boar Boys.
And he overran into the Boar Boys. So got that going for me.
Okay.
I don't think the bolt thrower has hit the whole game yet, by the way.
Okay.
So just want to point. Oh, it did. It will in just a second. It has not hit yet. It does hit. We will get that. So back to my turn. So I'm desperate. So we're going to charge into the flank of these guys to try to. At this point, I've got to try to pull something out of this.
Okay.
This is a dumb charge, but I had to do it anyway.
You're missing some guys.
Yeah, I lost 3 of 8 in the woods.
Okay.
Which is another slightly excessive roll.
At least you didn't panic.
But it happens. I did not panic and run. Okay. We have that going for us. So they got to where you see them. The 4 Boar Boys that were on the left have just started moving over on a forlorn hope that they can get to the hill. They are a scoring unit.
So now there are 2 Boar Boys?
Now there's 2 left, right in front of the repeater battery.
Very deadly woods.
The woods didn't get them.
Oh, okay.
But they just ran over there. They got shot up last turn.
Oh, you said 4, so now I only see 2. So okay.
Yeah. On his last turn, he shot
them with the riders.
Not the riders, the other the scouts.
The scouts guys. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, got that going for us there. So we tried that, and he took a wound. A mana core took a wound in the ruins.
Oh, okay.
Flying around in the ruins. That's where his wound came from. So the bolt thrower on my turn fires and kills a Dark Rider, and the other 3 left.
Okay.
So there we go. Saved himself.
Where's his mage?
His mage on my turn. I didn't get a picture of it. The Doom Diver zeroed in on his mage and said, "Hey, you're standing out there by yourself, aren't you?" And actually hit for the first time this game. And thumped him good.
Yeah, when he ran him out by himself, I was kind of wondering, and then he didn't say anything. It's like, oh.
Yeah. That's what it was.
All right.
I didn't get a good picture of that one, which would have splattered mage. So there you have that. That might have been what that picture was.
So you need to make a little filler base and just have like a red splat on it and pieces of a kite or something, just so you can have it for the photos.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So between the Gorgons and the chariot, they wipe my Iron Orcs, and the Gorgons run down my...
Okay, so those are like casualties over there?
The casualties over on the right. The Gorgons run down my Boar Riders.
Boar Riders did nothing to his Gorgons?
2 wounds.
2 wounds, wow.
2 wounds. Yep. And I had Bring the Pain on the Gorgons as well, by the way. They did 2 wounds. And so the Gorgons ran down my Boar Riders. Chariot ran down the remaining Iron Orcs. And they're all gone.
Okay.
Wonderful news. This round, he made me fight the champion in the unit off to my right. The general who's there fighting. So turn 5, the Corsairs.
You won the fight, but he was steadfast?
I won the fight. He was steadfast and stuck.
And then now in his turn,
Now in his turn, the Corsairs come in because they have a champion.
Yeah.
And the chariot and the Gorgons, who both overrun, both kill pieces. Manticore, after killing my boar boys, goes over and kills my catapult. And the Judicators, having done their job, turn around and start walking back for the hill.
Okay.
There are, if you notice, there are a few dead. There are 5 dead in that unit, in that Judicator unit.
Yeah.
Those came from the 2 breath weapons from the totemic summons.
I don't think you're going to be getting any more of those.
What's that?
I don't think you're going to be getting any more of those.
You're probably right, considering the guy's laying dead there in the woods someplace, wrapped around a tree.
Maybe he's climbed up a tree and hiding.
There's something evil in the forest that likes the elves. So we played it out. I killed his champion in the Corsairs.
Okay.
We played the other round, and I challenged, and his general answered, and I killed his general out of the unit on my right, the one I'm facing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's pretty much where it ended, because the chariot came in and finished me.
Okay.
With the strength 8 guy. Just beat the poop out of me.
Okay. Did he shoot off those 2 cavalry guys?
He shot off the 2 cavalry guys. And there you go. Thunk kills my general.
Those look kind of like ogres. They don't look like Gorgons to me. I'm just saying.
They do look very ogreish.
Ogreish Gorgons.
They're ogreish. He does not have Gorgon
Gotta
models.
check the dating pool on that little island.
He said he said if he's going to play it, he's going to have to come up with better models for him.
Well, those GW ones are beautiful. The Medusae.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's my dead guy.
And I think there's some on the shelf at the store.
So it turns out to be a 20-0 smashing by the Dread Elves.
Oh, you lost?
I'm surprised.
You forgot the dread part.
Nah, I don't care. I dread all elves, apparently. So here's the situation. This is it. Now, consider these 2 fights have already been lost.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my turn coming up. This is what I've got. Oh, the chariots from here charged into him.
Uh-huh.
This part also lost a picture. The chariots charged into him, but because they had to hit the ruins, they took 2 wounds, which killed a chariot, which caused a panic, and they left.
Did they have to hit the ruins?
Yeah, because if they pivot first, they both don't hit him.
Because the one hits, and then when you close the door, it doesn't hit the corner of the base being a 50
Well, no,
wide?
no. He's not facing that way at the end of this turn.
Oh, okay.
He was facing, towards me, so...
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, if I wheel at all and go forward,
so
I can't hit with both.
You lost a chariot in the ruins?
I lost a chariot in the ruin that panicked and ran.
Oh, okay.
So
off the table.
Panicked and ran off the table.
Okay.
So did not stick around to get in.
Yeah. Can't imagine anything bad happening being around ruins with chariots.
I don't think so. I don't know why that was a problem. But anyway, so this was the turn basically here in the center of the board, because the casualties haven't even happened yet. You can see here in the center. I just brought this picture down for reference.
Yep.
So here's the fight here in the center. What I did, the Black Orcs went forward, General came up and went to the right, and the Spider went into the flank of the spears.
Yep.
The General should have stayed put, is what it comes down to. If the General would have stayed put, then the Black Orcs and the Spider both hit this unit, wipe out this unit, as they did, because that wasn't even, it's not an astounding fact that they did it. And then make them flee to the right, and the Iron Orcs and the Spider pursue into the other fight.
Correct.
Is what I should have done.
Yeah.
And it also just opens the distance between the Spider and the Gorgons, of course, can't reach me. The Chariot probably still could have got me on a decent charge, all the way down to here.
Yeah.
But I could have overrun again, actually, and been out here, which I probably didn't want to do because the adjudicators are out there. But anyway, so...
Yeah, when I saw that he tilted his guys, I thought that's what you were going to do.
Having done that, that would have worked much better.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, that's the charge that should have happened without the General. And the General should have just stayed where he was. Or if he really felt frisky, go forward and hit that unit. But that's not a good choice. Because then, not because he hits the unit, but because after he hits the unit, he's out there by himself.
Right.
Which is not a good place for him to be.
And you didn't need the Wolf Riders over there.
And I didn't, what? Oh, on the far right?
Yeah.
I was okay with the Wolf Riders with the rerollable 11. I didn't think that was that big of a number. But anyway, him getting in there killed them because they had moved up so they would have plenty of room. They wanted to get away from the chariots.
Yeah.
Because in case one of those dies, they want to be outside 6 of each other.
I think they'd have been better on the other flank instead of in those ruins.
Placement-wise, yes. Yeah. But I wanted something over here to get in the way at some point.
Well, you had the extra boar boy to do that and the chariots.
But so they didn't. Anyway, so they didn't manage it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was that. This unit over here.
I'm surprised he didn't set up his whatever the heck the thing's called right on the hill.
His what?
His unmovable.
He set up as far forward as he could, 16.
Right, but he's next to the hill, not on the hill.
Oh, why?
Just because it's intimidating.
Oh,
I already got the hill.
I think he's better where he is. He's not a scoring unit, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But it's
and
better.
And the unit has to go get it.
It's better where he is now because if I'm over on the right, I can't charge it.
I'm talking about breaking personal morale. But I guess if he crushes you 20-0, he doesn't need to break your personal morale. He
broke my personal morale.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that didn't work out well for me. And it was this. You know, he made the rerollable 6 with this unit on the right.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is what it is. I made rerollable 6s before with my chariots to rally over here. You know, so it's not like that's an impossible roll.
Yeah.
Again, had my general not whiffed that turn, made that a rerollable 4 or 3. It's a different story, but anyway. But he held. Because I think at that point, if I break that unit of spears up front, I mean, the one on the right and the one up there at the same turn, I think I'm in very good shape.
Yeah, yeah.
But it didn't happen. So, anyway. So that was it.
Okay.
That's going to do it.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.